Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to install our Death Metal Racing Destroyer Shorty levers and chrome finish on this brand new 2023 Lowrider ST. Let's get started. Tools needed for the job. I used a 1/4-inch drive ratchet, a T25 Torx bit, T27 Torx bit, small flathead screwdriver, and small C-clip pliers. Got to make sure they have real small ends on it to fit those tiny C-clips. Okay, first thing we'll do is we'll take our pliers made for removing C-clips. We'll remove this clip from the brake pin. You can see these are really small. You don't want to drop that. Next, we'll push the pin out or pull it out. Just kind of push it up from the bottom. Sometimes these things can be a pain to get out. You can just take like a small screwdriver and push them from the bottom up and out. And also on some models, this one included, like you can't get the lever out without undoing or loosening the hand control. So we'll have to loosen this just to get this thing out. All right, we have our T27 Torx bit, and we're gonna loosen up this hand control. Okay, so we took our T27, we loosened this hand control, the brake perch. We loosened it just enough to slide that thing in, but we're still going to leave the bolts in to kind of hold this thing in place. And there you have it. We have our stock lever off. Okay, so now we have our new Destroyer lever, which is about roughly 1.5 inches shorter than stock. Just a much better feel. Looks better. We're going to slide this in. This little part rests against this push rod, or piston I should say, on the master cylinder. And then on the back side there's a brake light switch. You always want to be careful not to hit that thing and break that off, because then you'll get into the switch housing and have to replace that switch. But I lubed up the pin just a little bit, not a lot. I'll slide the lever right into place. Put the pin in. Once you get it lined up, it'll slide right in there. All right, the pin's fully seated, lined up. Now, I'm gonna pull in gently on my lever so it doesn't catch that tab inside, that brake light switch, and break that. And I'll line it up. There's a little tab on the hand control that lines up here with the switch housing that kind of keeps that in place. You want to put that back in line and then tighten up your hand control. Next, you'll take your brake pin retaining clip and we'll install that. That's all it is to the right side. Very simple, quick, doesn't take long at all to do that side. And what I'll do, I'll turn the bike on just to check our brake light and make sure we're on that switch, and we are. All right, I wanted to zoom in on this clutch cable and get a little closer, kind of show you how to adjust this thing and how to collapse it to get you some slack in that lever before you change it. So first thing you'll do, you'll slide that up, take your little flathead screwdriver. There's a little red tab here, or clip, but you'll go on the back side, push that clip out. Like that. You'll see it pops out. So the first thing you'll do, push that thing together, push that clip back in. Okay, now that we've collapsed that clutch cable, you'll see we've got a ton of slack here. So that gives us plenty of room to pull this cable out, feed it out through that slot, and back around. But you need to take the pin out. Voila. There we have it. Now we'll take the Death Metal Racing lever, slide that in that eyelet, put that plastic piece in, make sure it rests nice and flush. Pull that cable, feed it around, put it in, put your clip, or your pin I should say, back in, and then your clip. Push it up and down, make sure that clip is in its little groove where that pin won't come out. Now we'll adjust this cable. The lever installed, you can see we have tons of slack from collapsing this cable. So what we're going to do now, push that lever all the way back out. And this little red clip, we're going to push it back out. And as you can see, as soon as I push that out, this cable sprung up. And that takes all the slack out of this cable. It makes the adjustment super easy, very quick, and dead on. Then all you do, push that guy back in, you check your free play, which we're good to go. You're actually supposed to pull this cable out and pull the lever and see how much free play. I think it's a 1/16 of an inch is what it calls for. That's what we've got. So now you'll slide the cover back over the clutch cable, put your frame clip back on, you're ready to ride. I'm going to make one more adjustment before we button everything up. You see how these hand controls are kind of sloped down? That's the way they were from the factory when I bought the bike. So now I'm going to angle these things up. I've got a T27 to loosen the clutch perch bolts. And a T25 for the switch housings because they're kind of tight and won't allow the it won't allow the lever or perch assembly to move because it's so tight. You've got 2 bolts. You'll loosen up, and then you can pivot that. It's always good to sit on the bike, kind of get it to where you like it, how you prefer it. Hold it there and snug it back up. Now we'll go to the other side, do the same thing. Here's a quick look of the levers installed. We offer these in 8 different colors and finishes. If you'd like a set, head on over to deathmetalracing.com. Also, be sure to click that like and subscribe button. Keep an eye out for future episodes of this 23 Lowrider ST makeover. Thanks, everyone. Hope you have a great day.